Good day to you all. So good to be with you. Bill Pfeiffer speaking from Mary's Field. For the last 4 days or so, we've been putting on our podcast a bit of the story about my own background. I am a married Catholic priest, and we've been telling a little bit about that story, about that journey with Cindy, my wife, and so on. So you know what might be good to just mention that. Maybe you'd enjoy listening to where I've come from and the things that we've done. It has been a really good story. As I mentioned in those podcasts, I am a Catholic priest, a husband, and a father. And I'd like to think that any one of these vocations makes me better at the other two. And I know that that is indeed the truth. You know, 58 years of priesthood at this point, and 45 years as a married priest with 6 children. Again, with 5 teenagers at a time. My wife and I figured out in 13 years we changed about 36,000 diapers. So we know what life is about. We know what the married priest life is about, and we've been able to do both with great comfort. And that 4-part series will share some of that with you. Each time we get together, I want it to be a soft time in your day, a valuable time in your day where you look forward to being with us during this particular time, a time where we say something that's thoughtful, good for your heads, a little bit of something that's good for your heart, and it makes an addition to your day, and it makes things go a little bit better for you. Gentle thoughts and good feelings, that's really what we intend. This morning in my prayer time, I was just thinking about the word legacy and how everybody struggles to want to leave a legacy. Boy, you got to leave a legacy, something to remember what you've done and have your name up in lights or somewhere on a sign someplace. And politicians are big about that whole thing. And I was just thinking, too, I just heard that, in the National Prayer Breakfast, for the first time, a president has been able to give a presentation in which God wasn't mentioned once. Can you imagine? Better to drop that whole thing than to pretend that they're coming together to pray or that somehow prayer and God has some part to play in this nation. That's kind of silly, isn't it? How can you have a prayer breakfast and never mention God? And what kind of a legacy is that building? We live in a neo-pagan society. That is the truth, and these are expressions of it. We have a president who is indeed either Alzheimer's or dementia, having difficulties, and part of it is this kind of thing that happens over and over and makes no sense to us. I'd like to share a nice little story parable with you today that I think fits. God the Father knocks at my door seeking a home for his son Jesus. The rent is cheap, I say. I don't want to rent. I want to buy, says God. I'm not sure I want to sell, but you might come in and look around. I think I will, says God. I might be able to rent a room or 2. I'd like that, says God. I'll take 2, and maybe you will decide to give me more someday. I can wait, says God. God is always good at waiting, isn't he? He's always patient, extremely patient with all of us and all of our foibles. I'd like to give you more, but it's a bit difficult. I'm a little scared. I need some space for myself. I know, says God, but I'll wait. I really like what I see. Well, maybe I can let you have another room. I really don't need that much space. Thanks, says God. I'll take it. I like what I see. I really would like to give you the whole house, but I'm not sure I can do it. Boy, fear locks us up. More people are kept from God by fear than any other thing. Afraid, what's he going to ask? What's he going to do to me? Will my friends like me afterwards? Fear, huh? I'd really like to give you the whole house, but I'm not sure I can do it. Think on it, says God. I wouldn't put you out. Your house would be mine, and I would have my son live in it, and you would have more space than you had before. Can you imagine having someone move in and then having that paradoxical situation occur where you have more space? Your heart gets bigger, your life gets bigger and more beautiful, huh? I don't understand more space. I know, says God, but I can't tell you about that now. You're not ready to hear. You will have to discover it for yourself. It can only happen if you let my son have the whole house. Total surrender, like the novena that we were doing a few weeks back. Sounds a bit risky, I say. Yes, says God, but don't be afraid. Fear is the big thing, isn't it? Give it a try. I'm still not sure. I'll let you know. I can wait, says God. I really, really like what I see. God really loves being with you. He loves being inside of you. He's saying to you all of the time, think of me. Why? Because I'm always thinking of you. Remember? If God had a refrigerator, your picture would be on it. If he had a car, there'd be a bumper sticker on the back with your name on it. He loves you wildly, fully, and totally. No one does that, do they? Some people know this about you, some people know that about you, but no one totally knows you. And that's really what we're looking for, isn't it? Total knowledge. I want to be totally known, inside and out, all of those hidden thoughts and feelings, and I still want to be hugged and told that I'm good, that I'm loved. And that's what we want, and only God can provide that. It's kind of strange. We look at all other places to try to find and fulfill that need inside of ourselves, but only he can provide it, you know? So he knows and loves you just the way you are. Remember the prayer? Lord, help me to really believe and understand myself, you know, the truth, the whole truth about myself, because that's the way that God really does see you. Lord, help me to believe the truth about myself, no matter how beautiful that truth really is. So, keep on going. The Lord loves you. Little by little we grow. You don't do this overnight. It takes time. But waiting on that time and putting the work in, the results are worth every bit of it. So keep on going. Good to be with you today. Looking forward to being with you next time. Keep me in your prayers and know fully that you're always in mine. God bless.